I'm Randy Woods here at the Village Church. I'm here with you today with Pastor Andy Hawkins as we look forward to the weekend. Here it is, the 1st of March.
Amazing. The Ides of March are upon us.
They are. And as we look together, as our custom, the first Sunday of the month, we gather for worship and celebrate the Lord's Supper.
We do.
As we look forward to that. But other things have been going on, and recent weeks we've been learning about different people in the church as they are serving. And tell me a little bit about who we're going to be introduced to this week as we talk about the deaconesses.
That's right. We're going to look for the ladies of the church that serve a number of different roles in our congregation, both related to hospitality and visitation and fellowship support, those kinds of things. They're a very important part of our service, and so we'll be introduced to all of the deaconesses, hear a little bit about their ministry, and dedicate them by praying for them. It's the time of the year, obviously, where we're introducing the groups of people that are the elected officers of the church, and each week we're doing a different group, and this week is the deaconesses. But I can tell you as a pastor, and as you know as well, we are very much grateful for the ministry of the deaconesses. They serve us in so many ways. It's incredible.
They do. Very faithful in their service. And obviously, even the work that they do behind the scenes and preparing for the communion service as part of their ministry. So I appreciate that. Well, as we share together, then you're continuing our look at 1 Corinthians 13 as we share together in communion.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing on the day of the Lord's Supper. Each of the first Sundays of the month, we've been looking and teaching through 1 Corinthians 13, that wonderful chapter on love, which of course the cross of Christ, which we celebrate every time we have a communion service or the Lord's Supper, is the greatest demonstration of love that there possibly can be. And so when Paul teaches us about the nature of love and how we're supposed to really exemplify the same kind of love that Christ engaged in when he went to the cross. Each first Sunday of the month, we study various aspects of love from 1 Corinthians 13. It's a very challenging chapter. So for instance, this coming Sunday, we're going to be looking at the fact that love is not angry. And it's our human nature to be angry about some things, but what we do is we give up the rights to our emotions when we love like Jesus loved. And there's an important factor in that that is exemplified certainly in terms of what Jesus did when he went to the cross and what we're supposed to do in exemplifying that kind of love as well. So we'll look at that.
Thinking of that love, Charles Gabriel, the hymn writer, expressed it well when he wrote, "I stand amazed when we think of the love that Christ has demonstrated for us." That text and tune has been set to music by a wonderful arrangement by Ryan Murphy. So our choir is going to be singing that, and we'll have Dr. Ronald Bowd, a resident from the Estuary, who's a fine organist, musician, pianist. He'll be playing for the service as I lead Sunday morning. So we invite you to be part of the worship as we gather Sunday morning at 10:15 here at the Village Church. And then in the evening, as we come back at 6:15, we're continuing this study from Ezekiel. I think we're at chapter 19 or 20.
Well, actually, we're in this week. We'll be looking at 21 and 22.
20, okay.
But certainly, as we work through this portion of the Old Testament, we're also challenged. The series is entitled "Living as Exiles," because Ezekiel was what we call an exilic prophet. He was a prophet who had been deported to Babylon, and he's ministering among the exiles, the Judean exiles who were in Babylon. And they had to learn what it was like to live in a culture that really was diametrically opposed to most of the things that they believed. And there are important spiritual principles that I think they gain, and we should gain as the people of God, living in a world that isn't always friendly in terms of our values and our approaches to life.
Well, we look forward to that study Sunday night. And again, we invite you to be part of the worship here in the community as we gather. Sunday morning at 10:15, Sunday evening at 6:15. If you're not able to attend in person, you can always tune in to Shell Point TV, Channel 13, and see the Sunday morning broadcast live. Well, again, thank you for being with me, Andy, and we look forward to having you with us as well as we join in worship this Sunday at the Village Church.